Yo, what is up, peeps? Vaughn here, and welcome to the channel. In this hands-on project, we're going to go over how to integrate Okta with Office 365, making the Office 365 resources available to users directly from their Okta dashboard. Now, we're going to be using the Secure Web Authentication, or SWA for short, which is a technology that's been created by Okta to provide SSO, or single sign-on functionality to external web applications that don't traditionally support federated protocols like SAML, WSFed, and OIDC. So we're going to be using SWA today, and the tools that we're going to be using aside from SWA is Okta, obviously, and Office 365. So let's hop into my screen and let's get started. All right. So now we're in my desktop, and to the left is my Microsoft Azure environment, and to the right is my Okta environment. We're going to start out in the Azure environment, and we're going to get to the Microsoft Entra ID page where we can gather our tenant ID and our domain name. So where it says Manage Microsoft Entra ID, just simply click View, and here it is. We have the information we need. So the next step will be to set up the application within Okta. So we need to go to Okta, go to Menu, go to Applications, and then Browse App Catalog. And then we're going to search for Office 365, add the integration, and I'm going to rename mine to 0365 Test. And you can name yours whatever you like. Now we need to grab the tenant ID from your Azure environment. So where it says tenant ID on this page, you'll grab it, just copy it, paste it here where it says Microsoft tenant name. Same thing goes for your primary domain. Copy that and paste that here in where it says your Office 365 company domain in Okta. And since I know I want my test user to have access to all of these tools, I'm gonna leave them all checked. You can do as you please. We're going to leave this set to default. Select next. Okay, we've already established that we're using SWA, so we're going to leave this set to the default along with the user set username and password as the default. Scroll downward, select done, and then okay, the application has been set up. But what we need to do next is we need to test this out, but we need to set up a new group to assign this application to, and we need to create a new user to add to that group. So let's start that. We're going to go to the menu, go to directory, people, and we're going to add person, and that person is going to be Vaughn. All right, and then we're going to set the password for Vaughn. Save. All right, so Vaughn is there. Next, we need to create that group, and we'll select group, add group. We'll say 0365 app. All right, so we refresh. All right, so we'll go to that 0365 app group, and then we're going to add Vaughn by pressing assign people, plus bar, done. Okay, so since we're already in this group, right, we have a tab that says applications. We can easily assign the new application we just built within this module. So let's do it. We'll select assign applications, and then we know that 0365 test is the application we just configured. So we'll select assign, done. Now this group has been assigned to this application. What that means is Vaughn should have access to all of the resources that we've configured in the beginning, right? In the beginning of the setup process of this application. So let's test it out. Let's see what happens once we log into Vaughn's account and try to access one of the resources within the dashboard. So I'm going to log out of my admin account and log into Vaughn's account. All right, so now we're logged into Vaughn's account, right? She has all of the different applications within the Office 365 suite. So let's try to access one of them. So let's try Word. So I'll click Word, put in Vaughn's password. It says you need the Okta plugin to launch this app. Okay, let's install. All right, we're gonna add to Chrome, add extension. Let's pin it. So we'll go to the puzzle and pin that extension, and then go to Okta. So I need to sign in, it looks like. All right, I'm going to select my account, which is this one. And then now I'm going to try to access one of these apps again. So we're going to try Word again. Okay, there we are. That's how we set up the SSO between Okta and O365. But let's take it a step further. You know I am big on that. Let's take it a step further. Let's clean up our mess. Let's set everything back to how it was in the beginning. Okay, so we're going to log out of this. We're going to log out of Von's account. We're going to log back into my admin's account. Okay, so you know we've created a user and a group, right? So let's go ahead and deactivate Von's account. Deactivate it. Yep. So that application has automatically been removed from Von's account, so she will no longer have access to the O365 suite. Okay. So next we have this group that we created called O365 app. It has one application assigned to it. Let's simply remove that application by pressing X. We're going to unassign the app, press OK. And now this group no longer has access to that application we built. Okay, now we need to deactivate the application. So we'll go to applications and then go to the O365 test application. Hit the down arrow, deactivate. Deactivate the application. If we refresh, that application is no longer listed in the group. It's in the inactive section towards the bottom. Now let's say if I wanted to delete it, right? Let's say if I wanted to delete this app, I can. All I need to do is go here to the down arrow, select delete, delete application, and there we are. So that is basically us cleaning up our mess. If you have any questions or you need me to confirm or clarify anything, please drop me a comment and I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Man, I really appreciate you guys for giving me your time and learning with me. As always, man, y'all be blessed.